I'm Chris Tyrewald, and this, in fact, is Power Play. Internet, how you doing? Okay, so, look, Hillary Clinton has been a public person, a public personage since really the 1970s, maybe even the 1960s. She was the, as her campaign has reminded us, the famed commencement speaker at Wellesley, profiled in Life magazine when she was a law student at Yale. And so she has been a public person with a lot of adoring fans since she was a very young person. And guess what you can do over that period of time? You can build a bubble that is so thick, so impenetrable, that no reality can reach you. Like the beams from a dying sun, reality cannot reach you. Now, thanks to the stolen emails from her campaign, we are able to see some of the thickness of that bubble. People who know about popping bubbles, even if it just feels good on bubble wrap, include A.B. Stoddard of Real Clear Politics, who is awesome, and you should be reading her. You should also be reading Charles Hurt, who writes The Nuclear Option, kablooey, for the Washington Times. Okay, so, Charlie, when we look at these, and I do feel skanky when I read these emails. I feel like I'm going through somebody's garbage pail.
Stop it.
You don't care?
Stop it.
It doesn't bother you?
No, no. Obviously, they're stolen, and that's deplorable. And how is that anybody's fault? I mean, why didn't President Obama get in trouble? Why didn't he blamed for the fact that the Soviets would come over here and do this?
I think the Russians, the Soviets, throwback.
It's just, I don't know. I mean,
throwback Wednesday.
It's a national security, a breach of national security.
Well, that's what they say. Trump doesn't agree with them. Donald Trump doesn't agree with him, but the government.
That doesn't make them any less true.
Well, I'm not saying it makes them less true.
This is the most secretive campaign in the history of campaigns, and it is being exposed down to the bone to a level that no campaign has ever been exposed.
Opened up like a big can of Hawaiian punch with a church key.
And while you may find it gross because you're like, oh, you don't want to go through people's garbage, I find it gross because it's really appalling.
And you're a human raccoon going through down at the bottom, pulling into there's a banana peel on this one, and I want it. But the AB, on the substance of the issue, we saw in what came out this week.
Why does she always get the substance questions?
Well, you'll have to. I think you can sort that one out on your own. But it came out this week that Neera Tanden, a longtime advisor, supporter, Center for American Progress, talking to John Podesta, said, "Why didn't they get rid of this email business 18 months ago?" And instead, they waited until it was on the front page of the New York Times and said, oh, we had a secret email server that we operated all of her business on when she was the Secretary of State, and it was for convenience. Why?
Well, what we see in the exchanges so far is sort of how really myopic a bubble Clinton herself lives in. She thinks she can do anything she wants, to the point where her own closest advisors, who have been with her for years, some of them have grown up with her in their adult life, and they're with her all the time, and even they are surprised that she doesn't see stuff coming, or she does stuff that is going to be so damaging and has no problem doing it. So it obviously is a depressing picture into how they would govern if they win. It's a very dysfunctional scene. Neera Tanden comes off, I think, as one of the people who is trying to stay on the highest road.
Yeah, she and Podesta actually played pretty well
in this drama, but it is really amazing that it was clear to those around her she did it because she wanted to keep things a secret, and she always feels hunted. Hillary Clinton always feels the Republicans are out to get her, and that she's been victimized.
It's interesting you say that, because the woman who is giving the advice to Clinton that Neera Tanden blames for this is Cheryl Mills. Yeah. And you know where Hillary Clinton picked up Cheryl Mills? As her lawyer during her husband's impeachment. So in a lot of ways, Charles, these roads lead back to, if I am... One of the advantages of having a persecution complex is that you can excuse any behavior because your enemies, it's their fault, right? Is that right, Charles?
Oh, yeah. No, and I mean, can you imagine? I mean, we were going to literally pick up right where we left off 16 years ago, in 2000.
Yeah.
2016. See, I do math. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's the same thing. And but here's one thing that I haven't heard anybody talk about. Why isn't the IRS interested in this? Why is CPAC whatever the
Center for
Podesta
American
group,
Progress?
Why are they allowed to work in be this political and work in such close conjunction with a presidential campaign? Why is that not a violation of their tax exempt status?
I won't pretend to know unless you know, AB.
No, that's a very good question.
I won't pretend to know at what point Podesta left Center for American Progress, when Tandon, and what.
Well, can you imagine if a conservative group were doing this and the IRS was determining whether we're going to renew their tax exempt status? They would like.
I believe we had some hearings about that. I believe we had some hearings about that.
I believe this will be the subject of many hearings should she win.
And that is the good.
Of the 17 ongoing simultaneous investigations she'll be facing.
Jason Chaffetz will be hosting 2 hearings simultaneously each day. He'll push pause on this one. He'll run down the hall and to convene the other one. And you guys hopefully will help us all sort through it. And you, Internet, you can't sort through a lot, but you are funny and contain hilarious videos and GIFs. And we hope that you come back for more Power Play real soon.